Peaches, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading as it pertains to love and relationships. I'm using the Nightscape Tarot and Audacious Action Angels, and at the end of each one I'm going to do a pick a card, pulling 3 more cards from Flower Therapy. Stack 1 is the Skunk, Stack 2 is the Fish, Stack 3 is the Badger. They're timestamped below. If you hear something that helps you out or gives you a different perspective, go ahead and let me know by hitting a like, and if you want to keep up with me every Saturday, go ahead and subscribe and let's get started. And if you'd like a personal reading, one that has no one else's energy involved, that's all to yourself, my Etsy page is linked below. Okay, now let's get started. Okay, so if you chose Stack 1 or chose the Skunk, your Audacious Action Angel this week is Wake Up. And you have the Prince of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Princess of Wands. All right, so let me make sure I have these where I want in frame. Okay. Wake Up in this deck is all about your body trying to communicate with you. Your intuition is sounding an alarm. It is screaming at you to pay attention to something. You already know what this is. I just know it. It's like whether it's speaking to you through insomnia, gut feelings, stomach aches, back or neck tension. It's trying to tell you something important, and it might just be some kind of annoyance that you might be trying to turn off in some way or overlook or just ignore. Don't try to turn off the sensation. It is trying to tell you something important. With the Seven of Swords, all the information is not on the table. Something is not in plain view. Something is being left unsaid, whether it's by you or another, and it's going to remain unsaid. Just for the time being until this happens. It's like whatever it is though, your intuition knows what it is. It's not out in the open. It's not being verbalized, but that part of you that has your connection to the collective unconscious, the connection to divine source knowledge, knows exactly what that is. And so with the Princess of Wands, I feel like it's related to what you want in a relationship. It's like how you want to feel alive, driven, to want and be wanted, to feel passionately about your partner, to have them feel passionately about you, to be free to love without restriction. And yeah, it's very confident, it's very magnetic, and maybe impulsive. But with the Prince of Pentacles, this is very slow moving. This is very different. This can be agonizing to deal with someone like this who moves slowly, moves deliberately, focuses on the details, focuses on things being just so in the physical world, doesn't fly by the seat of their pants at all. It can be agonizing to be dealing with someone in this energy when you are feeling this energy. Now, these might be 2 pieces of you. I feel like because with this Prince of Pentacles, it could actually be you, because this is an energy that sometimes could use a wake-up call. It's because of its tendency to run aground, as its trail could be moving so slow that it becomes a rut. So I'm seeing you focused on work, on money, on health, all good things. I see you taking your time. That's all well and good. But what is this animal rumbling inside you? Why are you pretending that you don't want what you want? Why wouldn't you want to have your cake and eat it too? Is what cake is for. So if it's because you're not sure if what you want wants you, or who you want wants you, you won't find out by keeping your nose to the grindstone and hoping. You'll stay at a stalemate. Your gut has the answer. Your gut is screaming whether or not this desire is mutual. I don't need to tell you. Trust your intuition. Trust your synchronicities. Trust how your body reacts when you're near that person. That's a very good indicator. All right, go ahead and set your intention for whether you feel like card 1, 2, or 3 will have a message for you. That was a terrible shuffle. Do that again. Alright, let me tune in. Alright, card 1. Let your inner beauty shine. You are a brilliant example of God's love. Everything about you is perfect, so let your light shine and inspire others. So step into that and don't be hiding it under a bushel. Because, you know, suppression of emotions and suppression of truth can manifest physically, manifest intention being held in the body. All right, card 2, patience. Your prayers have been heard and they are being answered. Card 3. First step. Breaking down this problem into tiny pieces makes it easy to take the first step. And that is very much an aspect of the Prince of Pentacles, one that I didn't mention. Some of these cards have so many different dynamics and aspects to them, and I might have made him seem like he's a pain in the butt, but he has this very positive aspect, which is that ability to break things down into tiny parts and keep moving slowly but surely and methodically. So there is good to be found in that energy. All right, like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you next Saturday. Thank you. Okay, so if you've chosen stack 2 or chose the fish, your audacious action angel this week is Archangel of Mental Makeovers. I want to say Uriel, I forget. Card 1, you have the 2 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. So this 2 of Wands feels like the trail that leads out of a mental labyrinth. Overthinking has gotten you entangled and lost in a maze of self-doubt. And this Archangel is like a flare. It's like the Ace of Swords. It's like a flare of truth that lights up the dark and shows you the path that was hidden and shows you that new direction, a direct line of motion towards building something new. It's it's a thought stopper, as they say in psychology, or it's a thought that breaks a cycle. The 5 of Cups, it tells me that you entered this maze after some kind of loss. And with the 5 of Cups, this shows the origin and the answer on how to, that leads you to freedom. It shows you following like a trail of sorrow and tears, focusing on what went wrong, focusing on the absence of the person, the self-doubt, all that hard energy that comes when something doesn't work out or someone moves out of your life. All that hard energy and getting lost in a cycle and not knowing how to move on. But this card is all about what remains. The pieces still intact of your heart that will be the seeds of a whole new life. It's like the avocado pit, you know, the skin and the avocado and all that is gone. It's eaten, it's been used, it's been whatever happened to your avocado, the pretty green part, and you're left with that pit. And you can't eat it, and it seems lame and it seems horrible and slippery and whatever, but I don't know how you do it, but I know you like put it in water or do something and it grows anew. All right, I'm sorry, that was really weird. I had it was a great image, and then verbalizing it did not come out well. So with the 8 of Pentacles, this is mastery of a craft in the physical realm. So something repetitive, repetition, repeating of a mantra habitual thought forms, for better or for worse. And so focusing on the loss had become habitual. And focusing on nurturing your new beginning can just as easily become habitual. The trail of tears led you into a mental maze, and the trail of the pieces that you pick up lead your way out. So it's like following, not a trail of breadcrumbs, but maybe a trail of birdseed, because they're seeds. They're not, there's fertility in what's left. What seems to be debris, what seems to be broken pieces, are actually the seeds that will be a new beginning. It's like reverse engineer. Retrace your steps. Start with grounding practices like connecting to your five senses, where they say name one thing you can see, two things you can hear. It's something that gets you in touch with your body and into the pleasure and the safety of the immediate moment. And from there move on to gratitude practices, and then that becomes a magnet that draws in more and that gains power and momentum. And the next thing you know, you have called in and magnetized and attracted, manifested a brand new relationship. But it can't find you while you're lost in this maze of mental thought and overthinking and self-doubt and loss. You have to, this week, this energy, this archangel it shows you that first. I feel like it starts with grounding practices. It starts with something habitual, creating a new habit that breaks, is a thought stopper that breaks that cycle. And then has you retraining your attention towards what is, what remains, and what you can plan for the future. So go ahead and set your attention so you feel like card 1, 2, or 3 will have a message for you, and let me tune in. Card 1. Emotional healing. Haha. It's safe for you to let go of old emotional pain. By doing so, you allow your heart to mend. Well, that seems appropriate. Card 2, past life healing. This situation has been triggered by one of your past lives. Heal the past and you bring healing into the present. Card 3. That doesn't have to be, whether or not you believe in past lives, like in the woo-woo sense. I've said that I've been so many people in this life, like from my first marriage to my second marriage. It's like, and then, being a kid. We have plenty of lives within this one without having to believe in true past lives. But if you do, that goes too. It's whatever resonates with you. Card 3, sign from heaven. Yeah. Your loved ones in spirit are waving hello and giving you reassurance that you'll be all right. Okay, guys, like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you next Saturday. Thank you. Okay, if you chose stack 3, or it shows the Badger, your Audacious Action Angel this week is Eiffel Tower. Your psychic energy will be on point. You have the Prince of Swords, the King of Wands, and the World. All right. Gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. This feels like, it's like this gorgeous view from the top. The culmination and victorious closing of a cycle. But it's more like an achievement unlocked than a closure. It feels like the ending of the first movie of a series. The first movie of a trilogy. So it's like it's a triumphant, great ending. And it is the start of the next adventure. Like Captain Marvel, where, it's not like she's like, great, I'm Captain Marvel, now I get to retire. It's like, no, now at the end of the movie, she's off to her adventures, off to save the universe or whatever she does. So it's like the King of Wands. It's like an origin story where the regular person discovers the magnitude of their power. And with the Eiffel Tower, it's as though you've built a relationship that has outlasted the expectations of others and maybe even your own expectations. So with the World, it's like karmic accounts being closed and settled, making room for more authentic spiritual connections. It's like as this spectacular moment in time where you can see the distance behind you that you've traveled. Thank it for its challenges. Thank you for forming you into the King of Wands. And enthusiastic, I want to say, it's like liking your life for the first time in a way that you haven't been able to before. Autonomy of how you direct your energy. Full of creative fuel for the road that now you can see stretching ahead of you. It's like where once you saw happily ever after as like almost dull, a fizzling out, a rolling of the credits. Not so much like you had a negative concept of it, but a vague no concept of it. It's like you don't see, and beyond that. That's kind of where the story ends for everyone. It's like this kind of limbo after that. And I just feel like there's like a new story just roaring to life. The curtain is lifting just as it's come down. And it's like you're seeing this brand new potential because of the freedom that you've gained by closing a chapter. You've cleared the stage and now you're studying for a new story, a brand new one. And you think you did this. You do this, whether you did it or you're doing it, by being this Prince of Swords as you move down the road to this point. Being constantly alert and aware, having an ongoing dynamic dialogue with your intuition, and staying committed to and speaking your truth to yourself and to your partner. And not letting anything get in between your communication between you and your intuition, and following it towards that place. Because only your view from spirit, only your connection to your third eye wisdom, your connection to source wisdom was the only thing that was going to lead you in the right direction. And you did it, or you're doing it. All right. Go ahead, set your attention for you feel like card 1, 2, or 3 will have a message, and let me tune in. Card 1. Smile. Simply smile and notice the profound and healing difference it makes. You might as well smile. Being on top of the world right now at this moment doesn't mean you'll stay there, because the new adventure awaits, but it's a beautiful time. A time where you can see clearly in all directions. Alright, card 2. Be positive. Your thoughts can shape your experience, so be sure to focus on the positive. Card 3. Yeah, because it's not to say that the road hasn't been long and hard. But that King of Wands feels enthusiastic for the future. And so that's like being able to see that even though the road is hard, and the next cycle is going to have its challenges too, you've overcome them and you've stuck to your integrity. And you know that you can do that again, and you know that you will come around and close out another cycle again successfully. With practice and success comes confidence in moving forward. Card 3, communicate with your angels. You have the ability to connect with the beings of love who surround you. Communicate with your angels and deliver their healing messages to others. And that's what this card is talking about. It's all about that intuitive guidance. All right. Like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will talk to you next Saturday. Thank you.